Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for your support in the community. We appreciate it a lot. We're excited for the season to get underway. Uh, I guess official practice starts on Saturday, September 30th. So we're excited to get on the ice with the guys full time and prepare for our exhibition game and then our first series against UMass Lowell, who I think came out ranked fifth in the country right away. So we get after it right away. So we're looking forward to get after that challenge.
Coach, how much do you feel like it helped you going into the season just to have a year with all of your returners and then an off season to kind of have some early evaluation periods and things like that since you don't get much time before you open?
I think it's really important. You can tell with the two assistants here now that they're still kind of getting to know the guys and figure out who's who with the cages on it, etc. But I think it's nice. I think nowadays with coaching, a really big part of coaching is building relationships. And so to have that time with the guys last year to establish some of those relationships, get to know the guys, what motivates certain players, what doesn't motivate certain players, will hopefully allow us to kind of start running a little bit with those previous relationships having been built.
How do you go about approaching you guys? First practice is the 30th, and you have an exhibition 6 days later.
Yeah.
And then you start games a week after that. I guess, how do you approach this really quick kind of preseason, if you will?
Lots of planning and lots of organizing. So our staff's done a great job really charting out the whole first couple of months to make sure that we're really detailed, we're really organized when we do get the opportunity to practice with the guys. It's everything's with a purpose. We're doing things for a reason. And hopefully that will allow us to get as much knowledge as we can transferred to our players, from the staff to our players in the quickest amount of time. And everybody's in the same boat around the country, so I think whoever can do that the quickest will probably have an advantage early on.
Mike, describe this team. What's their identity?
Yeah, that's a good question. We kind of talk about that. I'm excited to see what certain guys having lost some key contributors and some guys that will play a bigger role than they did previously. I'm excited to see how they respond. We'll definitely kind of in an evaluation phase right now, trying to get to understand our personnel and some of the guys that maybe didn't play as much last year, what they're capable of doing. But for us, we talk about all the time, we want to be really quick. I like the word quick because I think it involves being smart. So we want to be quick, we want to be smart, and then we want to compete. We want to compete really hard. So those are the kind of three things we talk about a lot with our team. That's what we're looking to establish early this season.
And what do you see as the strength of this team?
I think kind of our depth. I think we're especially up front. I think we don't necessarily maybe have we lost two All-Americans. We don't necessarily have that full-blown superstar, but we have a lot of really good players, and so I think we'll be able to roll four lines. I think we'll be able to play fast and quick, which allows us to have some depth to play at a higher pace.
You have some seniors this year that have had a lot of big game experience going back to when they were, playing key roles, even as freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you kind of lean on those guys here early in the season as you get going? And what do you think the potential is for that class, just because there are so many of them?
Yeah, I think first off, I think they've done a great job this summer and early into the school year here. We talk about all the time with our culture that our older guys have to establish what it takes to belong to the program, not what's owed to them because they're seniors. It's the opposite way around. They got to let our younger guys know this is what it takes to play here, and they've done a really good job at doing that. So to me, I'm fortunate to have those types of players around to do that. So now we're just working on them even getting better themselves and helping establish that team culture, and they've been a tremendous part of that for sure.
A couple of guys in that class have played together for quite a while, and Vessel and Randolph. Is that kind of like your starting point, I guess, when you start thinking about how you're going to pair guys up, going into the season opener?
Yeah, just so far in the few practices we have had no lines, and I think nowadays especially, young men read way too much into that early on, so we're just kind of play. Everybody's going to play with everybody early on. Because like I said earlier, I think it's still in the evaluation phase. We're not quite sure what we have there. When you play a little bit of a different style of play, some guys will excel in that. Some guys will take a little bit longer to process that. So we're really kind of just keeping an open mindset right now. That's one thing I try to do as a coach is not to prejudge anybody. Sometimes as a coach you have a certain mindset about a certain player, and I think that can be a negative thing. So I kind of want to look at a player with an open mind and allow them to dictate how we think about them by the way they perform on a continuing basis. So we're just doing that right now. We're just evaluating. We're just seeing what we guys, and then eventually we'll create an identity or a structure based on what personnel we feel we have on the team this season.
Have you been Mike, I'm happy with the rules allow you the limited time out there the last few weeks. Have you been happy with what you've seen? How's that gone?
Yeah.
Is it coming together?
It is great. I think it's lots of teaching, lots of learning, and the guys have been really attentive. When you're talking to them, you're explaining something, they've been very attentive, and that's what you want as a coach. You want guys that are competing at a high level and that are coachable, and we've been extremely pleased with how the guys have been reacting to that situation.
You've only got 3 freshmen, one of the smallest classes they've had here in a long time. How hard is it going to be for them to get ice time?
Yeah, again, I think that's we talk about it as part of our culture that everything's earned here, including your ice time. So again, that's a little bit up to just how the process goes for them, how the older guys do in front of them. But they're competing hard. They're learning. They're just with the limited times we've seen with them, they're already improving. And so we need everybody to contribute. Though there's in college hockey, you can't make trades or you can't bring guys up during the season if somebody gets hurt. So everybody's gonna have to contribute. So we're looking from big things from a small class.
The 3 guys have seen time in net, and not very many teams even bring back their goaltender, let alone bring back 3 that have experience. How do you kind of see that all shaken out? And would you rather settle on one guy as your guy, or is it kind of a trial and error at this point?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to kind of let that happen organically a little bit. If one guy's playing and taking that role, then good for him. We'll play the best goalie that's available for us. And another nice positive thing is having an addition of Peter Menino, our assistant coach, as a goalie, that they kind of now have a full-time guy that's really focusing on them and focusing on their game and helping them get better. So obviously he'll help that process as well with evaluating the goaltenders and getting them better. But right now, again, I have an open mindset for all 3 goalies, and they're just worrying about how they're getting better every day, what their compete level is like, are they challenging their comfort zone to get better, and then we'll make the decision that we feel that will give the team the best chance to win.
You mentioned the Lowell series, and obviously Notre Dame comes just a couple weeks after that. So, a quarterfinal team, a semifinal team in your first 6 games. What can you learn about yourselves here in this first month?
Yeah, first off, I'm excited for that. I think you could look at it and be a little bit worried about it, but I choose to be excited about it, and I think it's going to be a good opportunity for our guys in our preparation right now that know that it's going to start counting for real really quickly. So every time we get on the ice and practice, the attention to detail, the focus, we got to earn our opportunity to be successful early on. And so that's at the forefront of our minds right now, because there'll be no warm-up games for us. It'll be go time right away.
Yeah. You talked to the guy that made your schedule, because I think when the first poll came out, it looked like you had 5 road series against teams that are in the top 9.
Yeah, I think somebody was saying we might have the toughest conference or couple schedules in college hockey this year, and so Mike Kemp's office is just down from mine, and you can go chat with him about it. But no, again, I think if you let fear creep in, you get worried about that stuff, and I don't want fear to operate our lives. So we're just going to take it head on and get an opportunity a chance to face top opponents early, and show them what our program is about early.
Coach, what's it just going to feel like next week when you're on the bench there, your first game here? How much are you looking forward to it? I'm
looking forward to it a lot. I think it's been a really busy summer with the whole staff's done an unbelievable job preparing for the season. So I think that's the time, our job to prepare the team is kind of that Monday to Thursday, and it's their time to shine on Fridays and Saturdays. So in some ways as a coach, obviously you'll be making in-game adjustments and things like that, but it's a nice time to sit back and watch a little bit and hopefully watch the guys execute at a high level out there. So it's an exciting time as a staff.
Mike, how exciting is it to be getting into that chess match behind the bench? I mean, in college sports especially, it's a coach's game. You need the horses and players, we know that, but it's a college game, and that's certainly the case in hockey and in this conference, and even non-conference with a guy like Jeff Jackson. You're looking forward to that chess match behind the bench against these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's well coached now at this level, so it's exciting for our staff to prepare for that and get the guys ready for that and get a game plan together that we can execute on a Friday and a Saturday night. So as a coach, that's the fun stuff. That's the fun stuff, to preparing the guys, working with the players, teaching, coaching. That's the part I enjoy most about the job.
They picked UNO to finish 7th. It's not the first time this has happened in this league. And it sounds, you're reporting from St. Paul, the players sort of shrugged it off, no big deal, is that right?
Yeah, I think that's just kind of more of our general philosophy with our culture. You know, you just worry about today. You worry about what you're doing better today than you did yesterday, what you're doing better this week than last week. And that stuff, you know, I kind of think I just called it just data. That stuff is what it is. So, but we focus on the process. We focus on what we're working on, what's in our control, what we're earning on a daily basis, and then, in my opinion, the results will take care of themselves.
What's the outside stuff surrounding it been like for you to come in, gonna be the youngest coach in Division I hockey, by far the youngest coach in your league as of right now. How much do you hear about that kind of thing? How much does that kind of drive you to, I guess, feel like you need to prove you belong?
I always forget about it until you bring it up again. But yeah, again, you know, similar to the place, the positioning that we're picked to finish or things like that. Again, I don't think you can worry about that stuff too much. You just got to go about your day-to-day business, really professional, really precise, be organized, be prepared, making sure the guys are getting better. So as of right now, you know, that age is just kind of a number, you know, so we're just figuring out how we can get better, how I can get better as a coach, how I'm getting better on a daily basis as well, hold myself to the same standards we do our team and our staff. And so we're just focusing on that stuff and you can't worry about the other stuff kind of thing.
Mike, personally, you have a huge thing for you and your family coming up with your grandfather, a legendary hockey coach, and especially in your home country, and he's going into the Hockey Hall of Fame, Claire Drake. When's all that happening? And that'll be in Toronto, and
Yep.
you know, we've talked. You might be heading up there for that. What a huge deal that is. Just talk about that and his influence on your life, obviously.
Yeah, it's a pretty special honor, obviously, getting into the Hockey Hall of Fame. There's no higher place to get into. So I just spoke to somebody today from Toronto, and that will be taking place November 11th, and I believe it's right after our Colorado College series. So I'll be flying out to Toronto right after the game there to he can't make it because of his health kind of thing, his failing health, but so I'll be flying out there to accept the reward on our family's behalf kind of thing for him. So yeah, it's a great honor, and I've said it before, the older I get, I think just as anything in life with your family or whatever, you think you appreciate your parents more or your grandparents more the older you get. So the older I get, and just to understand, you know, the hockey knowledge, the building a culture, the creating an environment where players get better, creating an opportunity for people to develop both on and off the ice. You know, I really respect him for that, and then just to hear all the people that he's influenced in the game that are so prevalent now in today's game is pretty inspiring. So to have a small part in that is a big honor for me and for our family, and we're definitely proud of him and excited about his accomplishment for sure.
He was in on the beginnings of the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, it was right before Gretzky, but the start of, you know, a great franchise, obviously, in another league at that time, but right in on the ground floor on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you know, so just even, I mean, I have binders and binders of his stuff, and a lot of it's kind of tried, true, and tested, you know, like people back in Canada kind of talking about him as being kind of the John Wooden of hockey, and so some of that stuff, I believe in a lot of John Wooden stuff, and you still see it now with in today's, you know, some of that stuff's timeless, just seems to work on building cultures and creating environments and giving our players the tools to get better and believe in themselves and helping them get to a potential maybe they didn't know they could get to. So all that stuff's really special to be a part of, and I'm privileged to have learned from him and continue to learn from him, and as well as some of the mentors that he works with. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. You know, a lot of changes and just a lot of excitement. The boys are really fired up, and just really excited to be, you know, almost a week away from the exhibition game. We just want to get the ball rolling here.
Yeah, I mean, like Joel said, we've kind of been waiting for a while now, and have the new coaching staff, got a new energy, and it's going to be nice playing against somebody else than our teammates next weekend. So, yeah, we're excited for it.
Yeah, kind of just going off what they said, it's been a very long off season, so you know, everybody's really anxious to kind of get in the game situation and take what we've been doing in practice and put it into a game.
I guess the thing that we get asked a lot in the off season is how different, you know, Omaha hockey is going to look with the new staff. Do you guys have a feel for that yet? How things could be different than what we've seen before?
Yeah, for sure. Just being on the ice, the past couple weeks, coaches implemented some systems and stuff like that. So it's kind of a learning curve for us and a lot to learn in a short period of time, especially with the rules and stuff. We can't be on the ice too long. So it's been a lot, but it's been great. It's exciting and it's what the game's hockey is all about. But definitely some change, and I'm sure you guys will see that on the ice as well.
How can it benefit you guys?
I mean, Coach Gabinet's he's a player's coach, so we're all in the same boat, and he's doing everything he can to help us. And as long as we do what he says on the ice, we're going to be just fine. So yeah, he's a player's coach, and Dave and Pete are the same. So yeah.
We were asking him just about the early season schedule. You get your exhibition game, then the next 3 weeks you're on the road against teams that were in the Final 8, Frozen 4 last year. How excited are you guys for those challenges, and what can you learn about yourselves by facing teams like that right out of the gate?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be very competitive early on, which I think is a good test for us. So I think if we get off to a good start against those teams, it'll set us up good for the rest of the year. Just going back to what we said before, we're all just pretty excited just to get things going. Going into Lowell first weekend of the year, it's going to be a tough arena to play in, so it'll be a good test for us.
I think going on the road early is kind of good for us too. Being with the guys and being on the road and kind of bonding and meshing together. Personally, I've always liked that. Our schedule kind of seems to be like that all the time, and I love it. I know the guys like it. We like going on the road and being on the plane together, rooming together and stuff. I think it's great.
Well, I kind of asked you this up in St. Paul last week, but for the other guys too, if you want to chime in on this, you guys got put in a situation as freshmen where you were playing right away, and you had a team that was really successful, and you ended up the best finish the school's ever had, and you've gone through these last couple of years, I guess. What have you guys kind of learned about yourselves, about the team, and if you could kind of take us through that journey now that you get ready to take it one last time?
Yeah, freshman year was something special, and us three will never forget that. And that's a lot of that has to do with Coach Blaze, and we thank him for what he did. But Gabby taking over now, it's going to be a lot different. And past 2 years haven't been what we wanted, but we're all learning, and we're going to take what we've learned and hopefully move on to the next level. So.
Yeah, obviously freshman year going to the Frozen Four is pretty special. With the last 2 years, us not getting a tournament bid, it kind of stung a little bit. So I think everybody on our team would like, especially as seniors, would like to finish the way we started things our freshman year.
You got 3 freshmen instead of the usual 6. How you've had a chance to work with them? What's your impression of the new guys?
Great kids, really, really good kids, and they fit in really well. Good players too. They work hard, and right now that's all we can ask for in the weight room and stuff like that. They just get it. So as seniors, it's great to see. Don't have to worry about them too much, and just excited. Like you said, it's a little different having 3 guys rather than 11 or 8 or whatever it is. But yeah, it's been a pretty easy transition, and just excited for them to see what they can do here.
Yeah, they've fit in real well, and with all the new systems that Coach Gabinet's implemented, we're kind of all in the same boat. So a few of us are picking it up a little bit faster, and we just got to try to teach those, whatever they're younger or upperclassmen, you just got to teach them, what we've learned, and we just got to. I'm lost here. I'm losing my thought, but we everyone's in the same boat. So if it's upperclassmen, lowerclassmen, we all just got to teach each other what's going on, so we can all be on the same page.
Yeah, kind of going off what Tyler said, Coach Cabinet's been really implementing a lot of good habits and stuff. So it's almost a fresh start for almost everybody here, because we're learning new ways, new practices, new concepts and stuff. And I remember how tough the transition was coming from juniors to college, and so far they've all done a great job.
Obviously, for you guys, you're invested fully because this is your last year. But do you guys see this kind of as a crucial year for the program too, to make sure, you know, you guys get off to a good start under the new coaching staff and kind of set the standard for what's going to come after this?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's our last year here, but you know we're always going to care about this program, and in the future we want them to see us succeed and win national championships. And I think it's our job to have a good year this year, and you know, help coach with just with recruiting and having a good year and keep putting us out on the map. You know, it's never easy getting a new coach, so of course we want to do whatever we can, set the standards of what kind of culture and environment we want here at UNO. And that's something that you know coach really harps on a lot. So yeah, that's our job as seniors, and you know so far I think it's been going pretty well.
It's a free flow game, and but you talk about the system. How is that different? Is that basically just a positional way to get the puck out of your zone? You talk about it and the fact that the coaches instituted these, and it's been a big emphasis on that. That's certainly been in the background of this coaching change. What is that system all about?
Well, it's basically just a 5-man unit, so everyone's on the same page, whether it be offense, defensive zone, neutral zone. It's just something so everyone knows where they're supposed to be, what's going on. Everyone's on the same page. So, yeah, it's going to help us break pucks out in the D zone. It's going to help us keep the puck in the O zone, transition in the neutral zone. So, yeah, they've all been new systems to us, but they're going to work.
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff we've been doing so far in practice is stressing like D zone coverage and you know how we can get the puck as fast as we can and get on offense. So I think going forward that's going to be very important for us to be winning games this year. So so far everyone's been buying in and it's been good.
Joel, you acted like you didn't much care about where you guys were picked in the preseason or anything like that. Obviously, you know what this league's all about, but what kind of motivates you when you get to that, knowing that you have the reigning national champion bringing back a lot of people in your conference, the team that won it the year before that is in your league, and I guess what's kind of the motivation going forward with that? And maybe since you guys, for as many guys as you returned, got slighted a little bit in the preseason.
I mean, you can't really look into it. I mean, it's just kind of a poll or whatever it is, and for us, it's like you said, it's motivation. We know what kind of team we have. We know the guys that we have and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. We play in the best conference in college hockey. We know that we're going up against good teams. I mean, that's why we love it. It's why we, came here. So I don't think we're too worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, the best year this program's had, I think we were picked 6. So, yeah, we use it as motivation, and we're playing the best teams every weekend. So, as long as we're winning, we're going to put ourselves in a good spot.